if not to understand and get your day, your life is going to get change your perception. Your day, your life is going to get better once you change your perception. So earlier, recently, I have been listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza. Now, what's so funny about that is this. I had did a video a few days ago about when I believe it was Friday morning. I was in and out of sleep. And it was like this download that I received for me to pick up Psycho Cybernetics book, right? By Dr. Maxwell Maltz, and for me to start rereading it again. And so I started rereading it again. I had went into the Dollar Tree hall while I was on the train. I was rereading a book, Dr. Maxwell Maltz, who was a surgeon. And what he seen was that he would do surgery on some of his patients, and he would see that, if they had if they felt that they was ugly, or if they felt like they had like a promiscuous, like not promiscuous, but like a certain facial type. He seen, like, once he did plastic surgery on them, some of his patients, they may feel healed. Some of his patient may feel like, now they're beautiful. And some people who he had did surgery on, he's seen that they still felt a certain type of way. They still felt that they had that scars still on their face, although other people, like their family members and stuff like that, the scar wasn't no longer visible, but that person still felt like that they still was ugly. It was one story in a book with Dr. Maxwell Maltz, who talked about this guy who had this self-image, and the self-image is pretty much what's going on in your subconscious mind, right? Hey, Steve. Hey, Steve, peace. Steve, are you related to Lisa Ward? So what he's seen that certain people, they still would have this self-image of themselves, right? And one of the guys who had like peculiar, like his ears, they were like really, really big. And to the guy, he felt like everybody was talking about him. He felt like his family members was talking about him. It got so bad, like this story that he was playing in his subconscious mind. It got so bad that this guy did not even want to come out his room. He got fired from his job. He didn't even want to go look for any job because he felt like the people would be making fun of him. And his ears would not, how he looked at them, like the way he seen his ears was, oh, okay. Because I was like, because I know you, I think you following her on Facebook, but that's my cousin. That's why I asked you. But anyway, so I had seen. So the guy, Dr. Most, was speaking to this guy and stuff like that, talking to this guy and pretty much telling him, like, your ears are not the way you think they are. That's your imagination. And one of the things that I get from all of the personal development books or self-help books is this: like, our imagination, it plays a vital part in our lives. We can either use it constructively or destructively. And if you're using it destructively, right, your life is going to be in a way where, as though you may say that you don't want your life to turn out to be. And it's so many stories in that book, Psycho Cybernetics. I encourage you guys to at least read it, okay? Because it's such an amazing book. So as I was reading this book again, Psycho Cybernetics, I had came across a video with this young lady who was pretty much talking about Dr. Joe Dispenza. Now, I listened to Dr. Joe Dispenza like in the past, who talks about epigenetics, and I also listened to Bruce Lipton. Okay, both of them are scientists, and they, Bruce Lipton talks about epigenetics as well. Bruce Lipton is also on YouTube. So I remember listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza like in the past, but for some reason he came up. So it was this young lady who was on TikTok, and she pretty much was saying like, She loved Abraham Hicks. She was like, she even loved Bashar. So if you guys don't know who Bashar is, he's pretty much a channeler. He do the same exact work like Abraham Hicks, right? So he channels, his real name is Daryl, but he channels Bashar. And so I listened to Bashar too, and Abraham Hicks as well. And the young lady who I was listening to that was on TikTok, one of the things she said was, she said they are all good. And she was like, even Neville Goddard, she was like, I absolutely love Neville Goddard's work. She was like, but one of the things that I absolutely love about Dr. Joe Dispenza is he actually teach you how. You know, you see so many other people, they tell you what the subconscious mind is, but they don't show you how you can change the subconscious mind, right? Or what it is for you to do in order so you can change their programming, right? And you may hear people say, repetition and stuff like that, the key is like to keep on listening to reprogram that subconscious mind of yours, to recondition the subconscious mind, because the way you learned when you was a child is through repetition, right? Is through what you seen, what you heard, those emotions, the feelings and everything like that. And so we know that a thought, our belief systems is nothing but a repetitive thought, right? Things that we keep on thinking over and over and over and over and over and over again, right? And so, the other day I said, you know what, I'm just gonna listen to Dr. Joe Dispenza. Well, honey, I've been on this journey listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza for about, I think, was it 3 days now? Oh my goodness. I had so many aha moments. Okay. So first off, the first thing was this, that Dr. Joe Dispenza said that we can be addictive to pretty much suffering. All right. Now, I have heard that before, but the way he put it was so good. Hey, Anna, peace here, peace here, peace here. So, Dr. Joe Dispenza, he was doing an interview, right, with this guy. And I don't know the guy's name. Oh my goodness, the guy, he's so good. But anywho, so one of the things that the guy had asked Dr. Joe Dispenza was this. He said, and maybe you will get an aha moment from this as well. So the guy said to Dr. Joe Dispenza, he said, I have periods of my life where as though I eat a lot of junk food. Like I eat so much sugar. And it's like late nights, I'm ordering food. I know the food isn't good for me and stuff, but I still do it. And he said, and as I am putting the food in my mouth, as I am eating the food, he says, I feel so guilty. Like the guy is telling Dr. Joe Dispenza, like how bad he feels, right? And he says, it's like I'm addicted to sugar. And one of the things Dr. Joe Dispenza said was, he said, it's not that you are addicted to sugar, you are addicted to guilt. Chow! You heard what I said? He said, it's not that you are addicted to sugar, you are addicted to guilt. So that led me on this journey. I was on a light rail earlier, then got on a bus because they doing some type of construction and stuff over here. So anywho, so I said this morning, I said, you know what, I got to download, go to Liberty State Park, right? So my whole intent was for me to go to Liberty State Park and walk around, see the boats and stuff like that, right? And I got off at the wrong stop. So I got off at Liberty Science Center, honey. And as I was walking, I said, wait, this is Liberty Science Center. I was like, oh my goodness, I got off at the wrong stop. So then I got back on the train. And I was searching things on my phone, right? So now all these different thoughts are going on in my mind. All right. Now let me put a heart in a chat. If you guys go through this, when you're walking and stuff like that, or anywhere you may be, all these different thoughts, the monkey in the mind is talking to you, is telling you why you can't do this, why you can't do that, why things not going to go right in your life. It's telling you all this crap. It's telling you all this garbage that is absolutely not true. So I'm making my way downtown. No, I'm on my way back to, I'm like, you know what, whichever train comes, if the train is coming back towards my house, if the train is going towards my house, I'm just getting on that train. If the train is going towards Hoboken, I'm gonna just get on that train. So I'm like, whichever train comes first, because at this time, I gotta use the bathroom, I gotta pee. So I'm like, oh my goodness, right? Now all this time I'm still listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza. And I have a budget that I said, you know what, I'm gonna start saving. I start reading back The Richest Man in Babylon. If you guys have not read that book, oh my goodness, that is another phenomenal read, The Richest Man of Babylon. So I put a whole, thing together. I had printed out this. This is from, I don't know if you guys watch her, but Budget Mom, okay, on YouTube. So she has this thing, like this is a Disney fund. She have different things that you could go on her website and you could print these out for free. She even have like a debt sheet, a back to school sheet, all these different things, like how much you budgeted for backpacks, how much you budgeted for pencils, pens. It's so good. So that's one of the things that I do. Also, I listen to Budget Mom every day. Okay. And so as I'm at this point, I'm on a train, I'm heading towards Hoboken, right? Going away from my house. And remember, I said that I had a certain goal for myself, that I am going to save, 10% of what I earn. And so as I'm walking, going, I get off the light rail, right? The light rail is going away from my house. So now I get off the light rail. And at first I'm like, all right, I got to use the bathroom. Maybe I should just go back towards my home, like all these different things. So now I'm walking, and then a whole bunch of ideas just start coming, flooding in. Oh, go buy pizza, go buy chicken, go buy all this stuff, right? And I remember what Dr. Joe Dispenza had told the guy. He said, you are addicted to guilt, not necessarily sugar, right? Like you get something from being addicted to guilt, right? And there's like a sort of reward from you feeling guilty and stuff. So I goes on Chat GPT, right? And I type in what are some of the symptoms, like when you want to save money and stuff, but then you get bombarded with like all these different ideas, all these different thoughts and stuff, right? And what is some of the guilt or some of the symptoms that you could be feeling, right, that you may be addicted to? So ChatGPT has said that oftentimes, if you grew up in a poverty home, right? If you grew up where as though you've been conditioned to believe that there's not enough for you, that money don't grow on trees, certain things, we have heard when we was growing up. It said that the reason why you want to spend the money that you earn is because you have this audio tape going on in the subconscious mind that you never have enough. So since you have this going on subconsciously in your subconscious mind, right? Subconscious, 95% of the day we are operating from 95% of the subconscious mind. Right? 5% from the conscious mind, meaning that majority of the time we are on autopilot. When you start doing the work and start seeing, right, certain things that you do, and you are able to make the connection like, oh, I do this because of this, then you are able to change your life. But if you don't know why you do it, right, that behavior is going to just keep on showing up. You're going to just keep on doing it. And oftentimes we hear people say, well, I always been this way. This is the way I always been, right? But that's like an excuse, right? They don't even know why they do the things that they do because they are operating from autopilot. And so when I had that aha moment from ChatGPT that said, one of the reasons why you may want to spend is because subconsciously you have this programming going on that there's never enough. And so you want to sort of make that, like, live up to that programming that there's never enough, right? And so what you do is you start spending. You start spending because in your subconscious mind, you have already that there's never enough. One of the things that I noticed that I used to do was, in the morning time, right? When I would wake my children up, and you got to understand that everything is energy, right? Your children, they can feel your energy, even if you lie or try to say no. I'm good, I'm okay. They know when something is off, right? You in energy. People can feel your energy before you even speak, okay? Because energy is to be felt. So one of the things that I noticed was, at nighttime, I would have this programming going on in my mind, right? Subconsciously, that in the morning time when I wake my children up, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a struggle. It's going to be, they're not going to want to get up and all these different things, right? Subconsciously, I'm thinking it. But consciously, I'm like, I just want them to get up, right? I just want the day to be smooth when I wake them up. But subconsciously, right? I'm saying, damn, listen, all these different things. And guess what? Subconsciously is what's going to show up. The things that you've been saying subconsciously, that's majority of the time what's going to show up. So as I'm saying all these different things, right? Then I would have this like this prediction right before I wake them up. Like, all right, wasn't even conscious, didn't even know what was really going on until one day I observed myself and I said, oh my goodness, they are reactive or responding to my energy, right? And I said, and then also when it was times where as though I would be like probably afraid to do something, but I knew I needed to do it to get out of my comfort zone, like I would be frustrated, right? And that frustration would be like me yelling, complaining, and stuff like that. And then one day I said, oh my goodness, I am sort of making this stuff happen, right? Like I'm making this. Now some people may be like, no, that's not true and all this other stuff, but you have to understand and get that you are the creator of your reality. Okay? You are creating this. And whatever it is that's showing up in your life, you have the ability to recreate something different. And what I absolutely love about Dr. Joe Dispenza is he talks about, it's gonna be times where as though you gonna slip. It's almost like you being an addict, right? Like addicted to your past, being addicted to your past, so much so that you keep on reliving it. And one of the things Dr. Joseph Spencer said was, the first thing that most people do soon as they wake up in the morning, they go on their phone, they check their phone, and they pretty much is just reliving what happened yesterday. They just reliving their past as opposed to going to their future. And so last night and this morning I had meditated, and before I would do my meditation for like 30 minutes a day, and then I went down to 20 minutes, and now it's like now I'm back to splitting my meditation sessions up, whether it's 30 minutes in the morning time and 30 minutes at nighttime to make it an hour or whatever. But I really want you guys to understand that you have the ability to change your life. Like the person that you are waiting for is you. We may come across certain people that tells us the information and stuff like that. But one of the things you have to be dedicated. Like you have to want your life to change. You have to be committed to changing your life. One of the things I had heard from Neo Knowledge, okay, who talks about metaphysics and stuff like that, and manifestation and stuff. And he's on YouTube, really, really good. I think Neo, he's like 23 years old. Oh my goodness, his videos are so amazing. And I remember one of the things he said, a few things he said, if that belief is not serving you, then it's controlling you, right? Any belief that we may have, a belief wrapped around, oh, I have to work so hard in order for me to get the results that I desire to have. That's just a belief, because there's other people that don't work as hard and they have the results that maybe you desire to have. And when you start becoming aware, you start noticing that, oh my goodness, it's now like you have free will, right? It's like now you have a choice, because now you know. You get what I'm saying? Now like if I go down this road again, I know what my future is going to be if I continuously keep going down this road, if I keep on making the same exact decisions, if I keep on thinking the same exact thoughts, and if I keep on feeling the same exact emotions every single day, I know exactly what my future is going to be. You don't have to go to a psychic. Okay, you can predict exactly how your future is going to be based upon you doing the same exact thing. If you keep on doing the same exact thing, you're gonna get the same exact results. And it's so funny because I was like, oh yeah, I know this. And then I realized, all right, maybe you don't know as much as you think you know. And sometimes you have to be honest with yourself, right? Honest enough to say, you know what, I don't know what I don't know. And that's when you are able to receive information that is going to empower your life, information that if you apply to your life, it will change your situation. And with that being said, I love you guys. Keep rocking out, believing in yourselves, keep on going, keep on growing. Hey, Ruben, peace here, peace here. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.